Is everybody in? Is everybody in? The ceremony is about to begin. This entertainment is not new. You've seen this entertainment through and through. You've seen your birth, your life, your death. You might recall all the rest. Did you have a good world when you died? Enough to base a movie on? What are the humans doing?
Do you think you're ready? Can you handle the truth? Or are you in denial and demand more proof? They demonstrate in real time how they're spinning you lies, but no one pays attention, no one opens their eyes. They walk around like zombies with their head in the mobiles, signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile, yeah. Signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile. So if you think you're ready, you don't need more proof. Conspiracy deniers are denying the truth. They fabricate our problems and pretend to provide the best solution, but we all know they lied. They lied about the weapons and they lied about health. They lied about the fact that they're transferring the wealth. You should really notice how they're pushing the fear. Keep everybody terrified and not thinking clear. Yeah. Everybody's not thinking clear. Yeah. Keep everybody terrified. Yeah, and not thinking. Keep everybody terrified and not thinking clear. When you do, you realize that this is their trick. It's getting really stupid now, they're taking the mic. Said, do you think you're ready? Can you handle the truth? Or are you in denial and demanding more proof? They demonstrate in real time how they're spinning you lies, but no one pays attention, no one opens their eyes. They walk around like zombies with their head in the mobiles, signaling their virtues with a pick on their profile, yeah. Signaling their virtues on their profile. Hey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sasquatch Shills for Sasquatch Shills, so you don't have to. And tonight we are here with Steve Harloha or Harloha. Let's figure this one out together because it's been a very interesting evening. How are you doing tonight, Steve?
Aloha. Good, brother. How are you?
So is your last name, is that supposed to be Harloha or Harlow? Aloha.
It's both, actually. It's
Okay.
it's
All right,
Harloha,
close.
and then it's Aloha, and I mixed it, so it's Harloha. Harloha.
Right. That's pretty groovy. That's what I thought. I kept spelling it wrong when I was looking for your channel. I kept writing in Harloha because I put an A in there because I'm from Georgia and I can't help it. It's just the way it works. So why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what you do about your channel and how it works, man? What it is.
Well, right now, what I just basically do 2 podcasts a week, which sometimes similar with yours, we have guests on and interview them, and sometimes it's just me and my buddy. On Thursdays, me and my buddy Dave. Dave's not here, man. And on Sundays with my buddy Ronnie Cash, and we just talk about anything and everything, what's going on, what's not going on. Just like a bunch of guys sitting around a dinner table, drinking a beer, shooting the shit.
Okay. So how long have you been doing this mean YouTube screens? You mentioned backstage that you had done a little YouTube, but then seriously started working on your channel. What was that transition there? Was it, from what got you started? Why did you upload your very first video?
Right. Well, yeah, because I've had a channel since I think 2011, but at the end of 2019, maybe early 2020, I don't know why, but I was messing around with my phone and I just did a short. And then all of a sudden I had like 50 subscribers and 200 people watched it. And I was like, wow, people actually watch this, it took me off guard. And I was like, yeah, it's kind of cool. So I started getting into it, and then it just kind of snowball effect from there.
Okay, so
it's like an addiction.
At what point in time did you decide to take YouTube seriously? Like seriously buckle down and actually start the subscriber farm, so to speak?
Right. Well, when I started taking it serious is when I hit 100 subscribers, I started saying, if I hit 500 subscribers, I'll do a live stream. And I never thought that, honestly, I never thought that would happen. Even till today, I still didn't think I'd be at 500. And then I did. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm a man of my word. So I scheduled the live stream for on my birthday, like 3 years ago. And from the day I scheduled it till a week later, which was my birthday, I was at 700 subscribers. And I almost canceled the live stream because I was so nervous. But then once I did the live stream, it's like a drug. I was just hooked. I was like, I got to do another one. This is fun.
That's weird. It was totally the opposite with me. Like, I didn't like the first handful of live streams that I did because I was such a nervous wreck the whole time.
Right.
Like, when I would get off this, right before I would turn on a live stream, I would damn near have a heart attack. And I couldn't explain it. I'd be sitting here having palpitations and stuff. And I've actually been real chill tonight. I didn't do any bouncing around or saying rubber baby buggy bumpers or any of that. Like, I don't know. Did it chill out after a little while? Did you calm down?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now I can't wait to go live. It's just, yeah.
Okay. So what is your content typically about?
Shoot. Well, where it is now and where I started is a complete flip. But yeah, because I've been all over the map. But I mean, I went from I was very political to had a change of heart on my political views to started doing karaoke to then everybody's doing karaoke and I got sick of it to started interviewing local musicians, and then I running out of people to interview there to just doing the podcast. And then me and my wife, Nina, who's in chat, hey baby, and we would do sunset live streams. So we go, live in Hawaii, so it's a nice little bonus. But I'm still doing the podcast, which is anything and everything, whatever comes up is what we talk about. But doing more content too, which is this weekend, me and Nina are gonna actually go record more content.
All right. Because do you know El Perro well? Have you met El Perro yet?
Oh yeah. I've been subscribed to El Perro for a couple of years.
This is a very odd, like, this isn't the type of person you want showing up to try to set you straight. This is the type of person you want showing up to agree with you, because if he's not there to agree with you, it's going to become difficult. So your best bet is to make sure you got your definitions in check before you start talking. That's all I'm saying. I love the man to death. I do. I think he has the best mustache in the business. John Eagle, welcome to the show. Let's roll back through chat right quick. Let's get everybody shouted out. You know how it is. We got Scotty Waddles who gets the gold. We got Ajot doesn't get silver because she's my binky and she has her own show. She can do that there. John Didacola gets the silver, and Blue Unicorn gets the bronze, unless I missed somebody. That's possible. Flow State has joined the chat. That's cool. Drop your link if you want to.
Flow State and Blue Unicorn. I've been on a panel with both of them.
I might have been on a panel with Blue Unicorn a couple of times, but usually it was after I got done doing something strenuous and I was probably just tapped out. Nina, welcome in. Good to see you. Appreciate you coming through. Sharon Mercier.
Mercier. Yep, Mercier.
Yeah. It's one of them.
Sharon. Hey, there's Rudy.
You want to pull off the Rudy? Yeah, it's 702. It was when you typed that. I'm certain of it. I have no doubt. There's Blue Unicorn. He's chilling like a villain, cheating, robbing, rhyming, stealing. We've got Cheryl Rich in the chat.
Cheryl's a great person.
That's awesome.
Really
we have a lot of good people here. I've kind of shadowed a couple of your live streams just to kind of get a look at what the chat looked like and what I was looking forward to as to showing up. I didn't see anything that bothered me except a little bit of El Perro. That was the only thing that made me nervous. But we got John Eagle has joined the chat. That's good to see. I love to see him around.
John Eagle, yeah.
Yeah, and he has that good visceral angry loosh. Yeah, Andy Pickle in chat. Welcome in, Pickles. How you doing? Smoking Auditors joined up. That's awesome. Yeah, that covers everybody in chat. Griggy. All right. So let's get to the show, right? We've got things to show and things to do. Off the top of your head, do you remember this video?
Oh yeah. That's Axe and Nacho. That's Nacho, but that's
Isn't this your most recent actual video upload? Not counting live streams?
Video upload, I believe so. Yep, it is.
Yep. And this is we're gonna mute this and let it roll as visuals. So you start off doing your channel based around the concept of politics at first, and then it became more music based. At what point in time did the interviews become the dominant part of the channel? Was that like an overnight thing, or was it something that just sort of grew organically?
No, yeah, it kind of grew into it because that's first I started doing the karaoke, and then when everyone I knew was doing karaoke also, I was just like, I got to try something new. So then I started doing the interviews, which was more personal and more interesting to me. So,
right.
I fell into video, this specific video right here, though, I just got home from work and they were live. They go live every Monday and Wednesday, and they just put on a great show. He's got a looper. And
did you notice why they're? Did you notice why they get so many views? Foot porn.
Yep.
That's the secret. The foot.
If that foot, a lot of people mention that too. Yeah. But and then they did this song, and right here he's doing like the solo, and I just got home from work and I was hearing it while I was doing stuff, and it gave me goosebumps. So I was like, dude, I got to make a video from this because it was just, to me, it was that good. So what's up, PDF?
PDF is in the chat. That's good to see you, bud. Welcome in. Welcome back. You could come show Sasquatch some love. It's not all hate out there, man. Flying monkeys. Listen, you're just here for the lay. Oh, why don't you come around and see me sometime? I don't know what to tell you, dude. I have no lays for you unless they're potato chips. Okay, so you started interviewing people. That worked. Evidently, you went from a few hundred subscribers to what, 1,200 now?
No, I'm just shy.
You're fixing to hit 3K. You go, girl. I hear you.
I'm like 74 short of 3K.
All right. We're going to try to do a little something about that. See if we can't bump you over that 3K mark. Maybe not tonight, but in the coming weeks. So I've got a plan for or a possibility. I haven't actually decided how to do it or whether I'm going to do it. I was considering ending the stream at the end of the show and then starting a shorts live stream after. But that seems like a lot of work, and I feel like I'd lose a lot of people I have around. So we might just roll it right on out. What was your first video that you uploaded? You don't even remember, do you?
Even if you were to be like, "I give you $1,000 if you could tell me," I'd be like, "Shit, I could really use that $1,000 right now."
Yeah,
I really
but
have
it's
no
not
idea.
happening. It was hypocrisy of Trader Joe. That's
That would make sense. Yeah, that would make sense. That's
right. Well, I got a little something I like to play when I dig up some old-fashioned paleontological YouTubery.
You know about cars? Yes, I'm a paleontologist.
Oh, it's okay. There's dynamite in this bag, too. I am a paleontologist.
I'm a paleontologist.
Paleontologists study really old stuff.
Like crackers.
Because bad movies are funny.
So that is from a bit. That is a bit from Deary Off the Wall. You can find it on Amazon. I had nothing to do with that movie, but I loved it. It tickled me so hard I almost wet my little panties.
movies are good.
Really, some really bad movies are actually really, really good movies in disguise. It's the God's honest truth. This is hardcore, dude. Like, you're having some wild effects tossed in over here. What's it sound like?
United States issue an order. End the war today. Begin to withdraw all American troops.
Well, he accomplished that tidbit in the worst way possible. Not a huge fan. Rome 13, welcome to chat. Good to see you.
Hey, Rome. And you know, the crazy thing is, I just remember this. I did all these on my phone. All the first videos I did on my phone. I didn't even get a computer until like 2 years ago. So
the first time, the last time before I started YouTube, the previous computer I had utilized was my senior year in high school. Right? So there was almost 40 years between, well, not quite. There was 30 years between me saying, you know what, screw computers, I'm not going to do it anymore. And then the next thing I knew, there I was 30 years later, sitting in front of a computer, pulled it out of the box, set everything up, plugged it all in. I said, what in the hell am I doing? I'm 40. I shouldn't be trying to start a new career of stupidity. I mean, I know I'm an expert moron, but really? What's up, Judd? Welcome back, bud. I haven't seen you in a minute. Well, not
to me, it's not like a new career. It's more like a retirement plan.
Yes. I've mentioned the concept of retirement channels on several occasions. One of the ideas being something resembling sort of a lo-fi channel, but using combined content of a lifetime of making content. You know, you just make it happen, Captain. You can do it. It just takes a little effort. American 101, good to see you, bud. Y'all got chat hopping tonight. Y'all talking to each other too much. I can't keep up. Charlotte's webbing, like that.
Hey, aloha. Yeah, this video right here is this is the one that me and Nina are going to do a follow-up video on this weekend. That was this video right here. I don't know if you've heard of Nick Johnson. The
name sounds familiar.
He's at like almost 1 million subscribers. Pretty big channel. And he was in Hawaii, got a hold of me, and I went and hung out with him for the day. And we were at a homeless encampment. And actually, you hear his voice in this whole video, but I was recording. So we're doing the follow-up video this weekend where me and my wife, Nina, are going back to, we're going to feed that whole encampment. So.
Oh, cool. I love that. You got a donation link you can put in chat? Some people might be willing to help you out with that.
Let's see. I know I do, but I got to find the link for it. But
Dude, whenever you get the chance, it's not a big rush. We got another 40 minutes. So did it ever cross your mind to do like just general Hawaii stuff? Or did you just immediately go out on YouTube to find your content?
right. Well, we actually did for a little bit when me and Nina were doing like the sunset dinner and sunset and then sunset lives. And then for a little bit, the shorts I was putting out is because I'm a plumber. So when I'm driving in between jobs and I got my phone on the dash, I'll just hit record for 15 seconds and just throw a short out of the weather or the traffic or whatever. But then when I do the lives, so it kind of throws people off like, wait, is this a Hawaii thing or is this going to be, dudes on a panel talking about whatever? So I kind of rather stick to one,
Yeah.
one niche or whatever they call it.
It's sometimes better to be an expert than a generalist. Welcome in, Bonnies. Good to see you.
Hey,
was that Tyne Duff?
Tyne Duff, aloha Tyne.
Greetings and salutations. So you've got about 740 videos up. Most of those are, to some extent, medium to long length format. Are you working towards an increase of subscribers or an increase of views? Hey, look at AJOT being an absolute boss. Check her out.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, AJOT.
Place that pin message with this pin message. And I see that only 47 people.
Nina put the Venmo one too. Thank you, baby. But yeah, actually kind of both, because I'd like to build a subscriber count first, because when I start doing more videos like the one that's on the screen now, then I know, gonna get more views.
Right. Well, there's a couple of different ways to go about that. Shorts, of course, that's one way. That's the easiest, least work dense way I know of to build a subscriber count. There is an issue with it though. For every 100 subscribers you get from shorts, you might get one, maybe two people that will stick around for a long form content. That's not necessarily a bad thing. It just means that you're appealing to a wider audience than your live streams would. And that's not a bad thing, because the more subscribers you get, the more notifications go out and the more chances there are for people to join, right? You're playing a game theory game here, and there's no absolute winning formula. You add to that YouTube changes the algorithms every 2 weeks and then changes terms of service every, month?
At least, yeah.
So it's almost impossible to keep up with that stuff. You either have to have an absolutely generic channel, or you have to be kind of careful about where you go hard in the paint, and that's kind of what I try to help people to do. If they're willing to go hard in the paint, we got to figure out how close you can get to it without catching a strike,
Right.
Have you monetized yet?
Yep. Yeah.
So the super chats and whatnot are available. Cool.
Yep. Yeah, super chat memberships.
That's neat. I love that. I love seeing it. So let's say hypothetically you woke up tomorrow and had 1 million subscribers, and that check's coming, right? It's going to happen. Every time you upload, it's hundreds of thousands of views, and there's just a paycheck around the corner. What would you like to see the channel become in the future?
basically just to bring more awareness to people, because I mean, you think about how much times have changed from when we were in grade school, right, to now. It's easier to get the what your voice or your word out there. So why not take advantage of that? So if I could get the word out there to what's really going on, rather than, oh, it's not my backyard, so who cares? It's like it's still your country. So.
He's like, yeah, I'm just a straight content troll. I'm gonna go get all my accounts and like everybody's everything. He's a one-man army. Love it. Love it. I can't love it enough. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. You were saying what? My bad.
No, basically just to get the word out there, because instead of people just sitting there thinking,
but what's the word?
Well, I mean, like this is what my next couple videos are going to be actually about, the the homelessness in Hawaii, period, because people don't realize how bad, people think Hawaii, oh yeah, go to Waikiki, the beaches, it's sunny, it's beautiful. And
it's not. It is. But it's also a place where people live and fail sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I moved here 3 times before I stayed. And yeah, it's expensive. It's, so everyone thinks it's just, yeah, it is for a vacation. But it's just like life anywhere, it's that whole thing. Like if you have problems, you can move as many times as you want. You're still going to have the same problems.
That's your money.
It's not where you're at, it's you. But so a lot of people don't realize it's, how hard it is and what people are going through. They just think, oh, you live in Hawaii, everything's hunky-dory. It's not. So
you got a super chat, bud. You want to read it?
Oh, you. Oh, right on. Thank you, Ajay. Keep up the great work, love and support. Thank you, Ajay.
She's $1 million bill, let me tell you. Okay, so largely just awareness of the struggles in Hawaii in general, or are we going like for instance, in fact, my biggest video that I did was the dumbest video I ever did. And all it was this was right after the Maui fires. And I was going through the trending topics of the day, and I noticed that the words Maui and blue were trending. And I did a short named Maui Blue, got 104,000 views, and I don't even know how many subscribers from it. I had to mute my freaking notifications for like a week after that. But wow. Yeah, no, it was wild there for a minute. And all I did was like do a reaction to somebody showing a blue car that hadn't burned, which I find interesting in and of itself.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of wish I was on Maui for that, because a lot of it's interesting, but it's a different island. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. I'm just saying that my biggest video was based around Hawaii largely. So there's definitely interest on any particular subject that you could possibly imagine. Rule 34 applies. If you can film it, it's being sold for sex somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if they're willing to buy it for sex, they'll certainly hang around and watch somebody talk about it. At least somebody will.
Hey, mine are waterproof, Dean.
That's the best bet if you're going to have a boat.
Got to be waterproof in the plumbing industry.
Darn right. And you can't.
But no, I know what you're saying too, because I'm also I also want to get, I'm very into the, how corrupt the police and the government really are. And I'd love to do those videos, but I'm almost 50. And with my mouth, I know I would I haven't been to jail in well over 20 years. I'm not trying to find out what it's like nowadays. So
Yep. I'm not interested in jail myself, except to stay out of it. I interviewed a whole bunch of First Amendment auditors, and every single one of them is like, "Oh, you got to come out and go with us one day, man. It'd be awesome." And I'm like, "Dude, have you ever talked to me for 5 minutes? You want to slug me in the face right now, and the only reason you don't because I'm over here and you're over there. So, what do you reckon is going to happen when that cop's standing right in front of him?" Right in front of me, and he says something stupid, and my knee-jerk reaction is to burn his asshole out. Right? Like, what are you gonna do, dude? How are you gonna get me out of jail? Wait until I have a lawyer and some actual bail money put up, and we'll do that. But no, I'm not gonna do that. What's up, John Smith? Welcome in, bud. Oahu Rooter.
Oahu Rooter. Yep, I used to work with that guy.
Cool beans. What we got over here? You see the video?
Oh, this is actually, I just posted this like 2 weeks ago, but it's actually from 2 years ago or around 2 years ago. I'm not sure the exact date, but this is another example of corruption, but through TSA.
TSA are just as trash as cops. They're not hired for skill. They're hired for presence. But let's check it out.
Right there.
Where?
Right there.
Right there? Right. Mm-hmm. I want to see. So that's a blade. I still don't see the blade. I don't know. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah.
But okay, you know what? Keep it. Keep it as a souvenir.
I'll stretch out this one.
It's so silly to me. I don't understand it.
Is that worth $3? You can check the bag.
No, I'll get another one. I'm not gonna check my bag. Over ridiculousness. How is that saving anybody or helping anybody?
Yep, it's all a scam. Every single bit of it is just an
Officers are searching for a known shot.
That's what I found out. I found out afterwards that what they do, because I had another, well, I don't want to show it because we're live, but I'm holding it right now. But I had a Milwaukee box cutter knife, and it has a spot for 5 spare blades. So I had 5 fresh, brand new blades plus the one in the knife. And I forgot I even had it on me. And they didn't say nothing about that. But they took my Leatherman that had 0 knives or blades on it. So, and then I found out what they do is they turn around, sell them on eBay, and they make their side hustle.
Yeah. That's just such trash. That should be charges for them. I mean, that's direct corruption, in my opinion. So there's this question that's been bothering me my whole life. Why does Hawaii have an interstate?
They actually got 3.
What?
H1, H2, and H3. They kept it simple.
Well, you talking about scams, bro? Like, what state are you going to? What state are you going to? A state of disbelief? A state of empowerment?
If you break it down, it kind of makes sense because you can only be interstate. So it's an interstate. Because you can't.
Well, it's an I-N-N-E-R. Interstate, not an interstate in this case.
English language. You can switch it up.
It blows my mind, man. Well, we all know what it is. Hawaii was sitting over there, one of the states of the union, looking at all the other states getting money for interstates and going, hey, what about us? Why don't we get no money? What state are you going to drive?
Too. We want to build bridges.
Yeah, we want to build bridges. Yeah, exactly. Oh, dude. That's wild to me. 3. 3? Wait, are they on different islands?
Nope. H1, H2, H3 are all here on Oahu. But like El Perro said, H1, H3 go east and west. H2 goes north. And the H3 is actually, it's a suspended highway. I don't know if it's the longest suspended highway in America or what that is, but it's nice scenery to drive it. And it took like 40 years. 40 years to make, I think. Somewhere around there. Oh,
He got me laughing. He got me laughing. Ooh, oh boy. All right. So I'm gonna give you a bit of advice here that I do with everyone I bring in. If you ever get to the point in your content creation where you feel like you become stagnant, take a step back, look at what you're doing, think about what you would love to do most in this world, go do it and film it and scare yourself a little bit with it, right? Maybe a little bit sillier than you'd like to be, or a little bit more serious. Just take yourself to the edge of your comfort zone and film that. And if you love doing it, it will come through in your content. People will see you enjoying yourself, and that's a large part of why people watch. That and watch you crash down a mountain and burn a fiery death. One or the other.
Yeah, no, I always try to go outside of my comfort zone because that's when you know you're at the end of your life. If you just get comfortable and do the same, there's no point.
Right.
After that.
That's why everything I do is so different. I spent my whole life quitting a job because I didn't like the way something smelled, or I didn't like that chick over there and the way she looked at me for no freaking reason whatsoever, because I'd rather be fishing. You know, I never put myself in a position to be dependent on an individual. So anytime something became uncomfortable enough to make me go, you know what, screw this. I came in this place looking for a job. I can leave looking for a job. In most cases, I had a job before I got home. After I went fishing.
Well, and the best part too is when you're your own boss, you're never looking to hire a boss.
Right. Exactly, bro. It took me a long time to realize that one. It took me a minute to get around to that because I spent, 2 years doing electrical conduit, and then 4 years as a carpenter, 2 years hanging steel, a year and a half in windows, both building, glazing, framing, repairing, installing, that whole thing. Back into still hanging on the other side, like from building metal buildings to like building skyscrapers and crap, which was a very interesting learning curve because you only get one mistake in that business. It's your last.
Okay, man. I was gonna say hats off to that, 'cause doing new construction and high rises, I couldn't do it.
It was interesting. For the 6 months I did the actual physical grunt work before they realized that I could read, write, and do arithmetic. And they snatched me off that. They was like, whoa, hold up. No, you're not going up there anymore. And I'm like, but that's where the work is. They're like, come over here to this drafting table. Let me show you something. And so I spent like the next 8 months doing that type of stuff. So it's really funny when I come on a job site and I've been hired as a new hire and I'm the lowest guy on the totem pole, and they roll out the plans over there, right? And I'm like, that's in the wrong place. What? That's in the wrong place. That should be here, which should be there. Wait, you can read plans? No, not at all. I would rather run a shovel, thank you. I would rather stand outside in the Georgia cold and heat than sit in that little room with your stank ass. I do not want to be in there. So you're going to do a follow-up on the homeless encampment that you covered, 4 weeks ago? Or have you already done it?
Yeah. Well, this weekend we actually so it'll probably be another 2 weeks before the video comes out, but we already, we have like almost 300 hot dogs, 300 hot dog buns. We got like 200 bottled waters, like 150 Capri Suns for the kids, chips, everything. And then we're going to barbecue it and we're going to go hand it out this weekend, and then I got to do the editing. So probably another week or two. The follow-up video will be out.
What do you use for your editor?
I use Filmora and CapCut.
I use Shotcut. It's a open source free editor. It does everything. Now, just like OBS, it's really complicated.
Right.
Once you get in there and you start flailing around and screwing stuff up, it gets a little easier once you've broken it in so many ways that you can't break it that way no more. What's up, Snark and Sass? Toe Daddy. That's my baby daddy right there.
So for life, what's up? Snark and Sass.
Snark and Sass does the boopies. You gotta love the boopies, Judge. Welcome back.
That's pretty much only reason I still use Filmora, because actually I hate Filmora because it always freezes up on me. But when I just got the computer a little over 2 years ago, that's how I learned what I learned editing on. So then when I went to different ones, and it's like you got to start all over. And I'm just like, I already know how to do this. So I'll use Filmora. Then when I got my final, then I'll go over to CapCut and finish it on that.
Right. Makes sense.
I just need to take the time out and actually just learn it again, because using more than one is kind of a pain in the ass.
I just recently, I feel kind of stupid saying this because I've been doing this for like 4 years now, and I feel like I should have figured this out way sooner. In Shotcut, I can remove sound from a video and keep it, or I can remove sound from a video and get rid of it. Or I can just get rid of the sound and leave it there and retrieve it later if I want it. And I did not know that was even a possibility until I accidentally did it and then spent 45 minutes trying to figure out how I'd just done that. Because I was like, I've been trying to do that for years. How did I do that?
Right.
Just happened. Go back. Swear to God, I felt like a monkey with a rock banging on the keyboard. It's just horrible, dude. Make me feel so dumb. And then you realize, oh, all I gotta do is drag it down. It's easy. Like I accidentally mashed a button and moved the mouse. That was it.
Yeah. That's how I figured everything out, by just accident. Like, wait, what did I just do?
Yep. Now, some things I go in and do very intentionally. Like I'll go watch the videos on YouTube and figure out how to make a thing happen a particular way. For the most part, though, at this point, most of the things I wanted to know how to do, I figured out. I can't think of but a couple of things that I don't do in OBS or with the editor. And that has largely to do with transitions and stuff, because I'm more of a jump cut. I prefer jump cuts over fade transitions. And it's not because of any reason other than the fact that it takes another couple of clicks to set up each fade transition. You got to go in and click the little thing and drag the little thing and say, yes, that's what I want to do. No, I don't want to undo it. And that's like 5 clicks for each side of each edit and each frame. It's like, I'll just stick with the jump cuts, man. It's fine. Well, Michael Bay likes jump cuts. Why not me?
If you're doing the transitions too, and there's audio, it'll cut out some of the audio. The audio will get a little bit quieter and then pick back up if the transition is too long. That's the cool
thing about Shotcut is you can separate your audio and your video and then do your transitions independently.
Right.
Like I said, it's a pain in the butt, but you can do anything.
I see. Now it makes total sense. Now I completely understand what you were saying. Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. So
see?
Now
why did I think of that? Shit.
When I'm building a video, and this is going to sound dumb, I will start with some stupid thing that stuck in my brain. Something that I saw somewhere, or I saw something and it made me think of something, you know? Let's see. Where is it? YouTube slave class. What are the humans doing? Just that's a handful of stupid things I found on YouTube that I stuck together because they made me smile. And for no other reason, I don't care if anyone else likes it. That little scene with the monkey and it just tickles me to no end. It's one of those things that's not for everybody, but it's just for me. You have to do some of that for your channel, you know.
Oh yeah, I have two that just came to the top of my head. One's called Daddy Government Sneaky Collection Tactics, and the other one's called The Exciting Adventures of Elmo and Creek. But
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Short things like that where it's just just like that, just short and funny. But
yeah, well, I edited that into a minute and a half intro, but the part that really mattered to me was getting the dance monkey intro and that coin hitting the cup and having it end exactly there so that he doesn't actually do the dance monkey bit. Homie gets nothing for his coin, nothing at all. He throws it in there and the monkey just leaves. He doesn't dance. He just takes the money and runs. But then after that, there's a whole bunch of monkeys dancing and it gets real silly. What's up, Tales Told in the Dark? Welcome back, babe. Appreciate you coming through. I'm sorry, I haven't been paying attention to chat.
Me neither.
She's over there screaming my name in the dark. That's awesome. I love to hear it. Right? Come on, man. So do we have any lying dog-faced pony soldiers in the chat? Just out of curiosity.
Lying dog-faced pony soldier.
I love that line. That's one of my favorites. One of my other favorites was his reference. There's a quote by Joe Biden. I dropped it last week on the Blast Radio. So on Sundays, I do a show for Captain Curmudgeon. And the little intro quote he gave me to do at the beginning was the quote where Biden talks about the racial jungle his children will have to grow up in and how we need to do something about this. Good God, how could anyone ever think that man wasn't racist? It is amazing to me.
Right. Hey, there's Snooks. Aloha, Snooks.
Snooks22, you look familiar. Have we met before?
She's one of my top mods.
Everybody needs one. Or 7.
Right.
You know. When you're doing your interviews and you're trying to set up like an interview in the future, is it hard to get scheduled in around other people's time zones? Because it's got to be what, like 3 over there or something? What time is it? 2:30?
2:48. Yep. Going on 3.
Right. Usually when I'm doing this, it's the other way. I'm interviewing somebody from the continent over there and they're up at like 18 o'clock in the morning or something.
Right. Yeah, it was tricky because I think I did 12 or 13 of them, but it was Where It Begins. And that's when I was interviewing the local musicians, basically worldwide, because the hardest was when I had a guy from Australia. So that was tough. And you know, I still have a regular job to pay the bills. So it's, you know, I have to be earlier in the day when I'm normally working. So it's like I have to rearrange stuff. So
between me and you, nobody's listening. This will be just between me and you, right? Right. So you tell me the worst time kerfuffle you had with an interview, and then I'll tell you mine, and we'll compare notes. Like somebody that was supposed to show up and didn't, or showed up at the wrong time or something.
Oh,
you don't have to name the channel, just the circumstances by which it happened. If I gotta go, if you can beat me, I'll be impressed, because this was stupid. It was so dumb.
I can't really think of any. Only thing I could think of is one guy just didn't show up at all.
That
I never
happens.
heard from him again.
Well, that's good. It kind of sucks when you hear from them later and it's like, oh, I forgot. It's like, what the fuck am I, chopped liver?
Right.
Seriously, here's my worst. And it actually turned out to be one of my best shows. It is still clocking views. It doesn't have the most views, but every month, 3 or 4 people go in and they don't just watch a few minutes of this stream. They watch the whole 45-minute story that this guy tells. 007, right? You saw him this morning. When he did the interview on my channel, we had scheduled for a particular date and time. We had gotten together on the difference in time zones and forgotten about the international dateline. Just, it didn't. So when I emailed him, I was like, okay, we got about 45 minutes before the show. And he was like, okay. And then like 3 minutes before the show, he comes in, or actually it was a good 15 minutes before the show. He comes in and he's like, look, I'm actually not at home right now. I'm down at a friend of mine's house. I thought this was supposed to be tomorrow because tomorrow is Sunday for me, or whatever day it was. He's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like do this. I was like, dude, it's fine. And we had a hilarious time backstage. And the second we go live, I asked him, so tell us about yourself and what your channel's about. And he goes into the most poignant story of disaster I've ever heard. And I found out later that was the first time he had actually told that story all the way through in one go. So this was also the last time I ever wrote a script. I had my whole list of stupid jokes over here I'd lined up ready to use, and I'm just eyeballing that list of jokes going, this ain't gonna work, man. This shit's too good. I could taste this. It's so good. This is awesome. And he tells this really sad, terrible story about how he was involved in an accident. Somebody died and it broke both his legs, and he spent months and months in the hospital and years strung out on drugs and yada, 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 And he does it so well that once you tune into it, you get past the initial, who is this asshole? You don't care anymore. You're just like, God, dude, that must have been rough. Man, you just listen to the whole thing. I've listened to it 2 or 3 times myself, and I was there for it. So, like, it's that good.
Yeah, Blue Unicorn just reminded me. I forgot about that because I had him on once, and then I asked him to come back again, like in a chat, but for like a month in advance. And then I set it all up and everything, and then I forgot to tell him that I set it up. And then I think it was the day before or the day of, but I was like, hey, we're still on, right? And he's like, what? Oh, okay. So,
that's lovely. As long as it works, I really don't care how it goes down, right? Like, here's something else I can tell you. When it comes to making content on YouTube, if you don't tell your viewers you did something wrong, if you don't mention the mistakes you make, they may never notice. They won't know. Yep. No one knows what you're planning but you. And if you don't tell people that you messed it up, they won't know that it's an error. They'll think you meant to do that. They'll give you the credit for it, even if it's not great.
That's true. Very true. Yep.
So, if you had any one thing that you could do different with your channel, what would it be?
That's a good question. You know what? I don't think anything, because in life general, I believe that everything happens for a reason, good or bad. And the reason bad things happen is for you to learn from them.
Right.
So I don't think I would change anything, because anything that I would think I want to change, I believe it happened for a reason for me to learn from it. So it had to happen. Right. So I don't think I'd change anything.
That's a very wholesome view of life. I actually have a very similar perspective. I have been crippled, and I have been strung out on every drug known to man, and I have been sober, and I have not been sober. Out of all of that,
I've been drug free for over 11 years, so I've been there too. Strung out on pills,
Yeah. I mean, it's not something nobody when they're a child says, I want to grow up and be a junkie. No
Right.
one.
Right.
No one. So not once did anyone ever plan to go become a junkie. No one ever. So trying to blame people for that particular part of their circumstances doesn't really hold water. On the other hand, it's not a disease the way they say. It's not like that. It is a personality / possibly chemical issue. Some people can take the right drugs and they start acting normally and don't need the off script medication. Other people are doing it just to numb some part of their extant life. And if you can ever figure out what it is that's causing you to use and you can deal with that issue, it's easier to move on from there, right? It's really hard to stop doing something when it has a very serviceable purpose.
Yep.
Hey, brother, you know what you did?
That's
You
what.
did a whole show. How about that?
Hour goes by quick.
It do, especially when you have great company and excellent people around. It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll do that on our lives. I'll be like around 2 hours, and then next thing you know, I'll be like, we've been going for 5 hours. It's like, oh shit.
Oh yeah. Well, we'll discuss that a little bit in After Dark if you stick around. I'm gonna do our wrap up right here. I'm gonna play a little bit of something for the transition, and when we come back, it'll be no holds barred. I'll drop the link in chat, and we'll go hog wild over here. Okay. I'm gonna pop you up, tell everybody who you are, how to find you, and what you do, and then I'll come up and end everything officially.
Right on. Yeah, Steve Harloha, and right now I'm just on YouTube. I'm working on getting on Rumble and all those other ones, but just YouTube. And yeah, do 2 podcasts a week, Thursday, Sunday. We talk about anything and everything and whatever you want to talk about. It's interesting and fun, and we're all there just to have a good time. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully I'll see a bunch of new people in the chat.
That would be lovely. That is one upside about going back and forth across podcasts like this is these are the people that watch live streams. It's not like making a short and just 100 people joining and you never see any of them. These people do show up in live streams if you're doing something interesting that they're interested in. So it's like that. Mamsie Graham.
Yeah, Mamsie. Aloha, brother. Mamsie Graham's awesome people.
Appreciate you coming in. Red Pill Truth Uncensored. Like that.
Another cool guy.
His channel. He does a lot of that type of stuff. Okay. So I reckon. What else do we need? Nobody got the participation trophy today. I guess I'll give it to Red Pill Uncensored. I like that name. Or Lord Spike Protein. Tell you what, why don't y'all share the participation trophy for the night? Because I'm going to drop this down. We're going to do a little bit of something after this. I got something planned. And if anybody wants to join, we'll do that. I appreciate everybody coming through for Sasquatch Shills. And remember, Sasquatch Shills so you don't have to. Right? Let's go out on the FBI raid. I love that. That's the bestest thing ever.
I hate when that happens.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens. That's true. Let me do the thing with the thinginess and stuff. We're gonna do this one. Bam. That's a funny looking StreamYard link. It says Hepu at the end. Oh man, I forgot to end the poll.
Oh yeah, I had one too. Shoot.
Oh well, gosh. Okay. So when it comes to this type of stuff, there's a combination of things that are important. You hear people talk about exposure, but exposure is only as good as the content that's exposed, right? So if you're going on panels to talk to people and you're an absolute insane nut job, you might get subscribers. You will not get support, except from other nut jobs. If you go to, like, say, let's take a knitting channel, right? You've got, I know of a particular group of nice old ladies, and you're going to think I'm nuts when I say this. And what they do is they sit around and talk about everything under the sun while they knit different stuff. 90% of their conversation ends up being about knitting because that's what they're doing, right? So when you join a panel like that, unless you can speak knitting, it's kind of a silly thing to do, unless you have an ulterior purpose, right? Same thing for recovery channels. If you're not a recovering addict, it's going to be really difficult to sit down and really identify with these people, to be able to see it from their perspective. So that's just a consideration when choosing panels. Now, then you have other panels like, AJOT's panels, Toe for Life's panels. They're almost exclusively about corruption, accountability, cop watching, interrogations, videos about all of that, right? And Toe for Life specifically, he brings in fairly big name YouTubers and talks to them, but he gives panelers the ability to, like, come up and talk to Direct D or come talk to NC Tyrant Hunter or Joe Cool or whatever. What's up, Samuel? Normal people have a hard time with your panels. Yeah, I can see why. I understand why you asked me in. That makes sense. I'm not normal. Certainly makes sense. I think you'd like his show too. It's he's got a few. Him and Lawrence do stuff, and it's hard to quantify exactly what they do, but he does Screaming into the Void and Abyssal Musings. And one is more or less sort of a news show where they look at current events and current topics, and the other one is just whatever. Screaming into the Void is whatever. So here's my question for the chat. What would y'all like to see Steve do that he doesn't do?
That's a good question.
I mean, how long would it take you for you to ride the entire length of the interstate in Hawaii?
I think I actually did a video like that.
Oh, that's beautiful, dude. I gotta go find that one.
Well, one was I drove the H3, and then the other one, well, H3 too, but I went from one side from like Kapolei to Kailua, but I edited it because it was hour drive.
But we have one request.
There you go, Dakota. Right on.
Let's get some dollar bills that way, baby. What's up, James? Welcome in.
Hey, brother James.
See you. Appreciate y'all coming through. Dude, lap dancing. That's beautiful, buddy.
Be careful what you wish for.
Right?
You never know.
Because you put enough zeros on the back end of that check, and we can discuss it. It's not impossible. I'm not going to sell out cheap. I will sell out, though. I have no problem with it. It's just not cheap.
Everyone's got a price. Everyone's got a price.
Both of you. Appreciate y'all coming through. I don't know, dude. It's YouTubing is a funny sort of thing, man. It's not something you can't just quantify it as, oh, I'm an editor, I'm a producer, I'm a content creator. That doesn't work. None of that really tells people what you do. And I hate it when I see on like Facebook people choose digital creator. Bitch, you dance in front of palm trees. Shut up. Not a digital creator. You own a cell phone. Calm down.
Exactly. Yep.
Hey, Creek Squad, welcome in, bud.
Creek, brother Creek.
Get all the pennies you have saved up for the lap dance. Yeah, you already got a paying member here, bud. Who we got over here? Is it really you? Is that my bad binky? Okay.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Aloha, Steve.
Aloha, Aja. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Right. And you know what? You just made me think of something a second ago. Is I forgot to mention earlier. But me and Nina, we don't have a date set, but eventually we want to do the van life. So we're gonna fly to like California, and then live out of a van and work our way back to Michigan, where I'm originally from, Detroit, Michigan, and record everything and just do the van life. So
that'll be nice.
That's down the road. Down the road.
I've kind of got a similar sort of plan. It's similar, but it's totally different. The point is not van life. I want to get me a like an RV and then like a RV trailer. And I want to make a mobile studio in the trailer so I can just go wherever the hell I want to go and stream.
Mm-hmm.
I've been playing with this for about a year now. Tried to parse out what can and cannot happen, how much it's going to cost me, what it's going to take to rework the interior of seriously, I'm considering starting with like a 25-foot just container trailer, just skip the whole RV concept as far as the studio is concerned, because I'm gonna have to rip a bunch of stuff out of a camper, right?
Yeah.
If it's just a regular enclosed trailer, I'll have to put a bunch of stuff in, and the bunch of stuff would just be a handful of wires and some insulation.
Yep. Yeah, me and my wife have watched a lot of videos too where they do that too, and it's they just have a pickup truck, and then they have that, like you're saying, the trailer, and they just buy it empty.
Right.
And they turn it into like a little mini house.
Yeah, like a tiny home.
Right.
Yeah.
I have no interest in living in an RV. I am interested in having an RV for the comfort's sake of doing things. So like when I do pull up into a location and I'm going to be doing whatever I'm doing, I don't have to have both of them hooked up to shore power, only one, right? Because the other one will have been charged before I went. The trailer's supposed to run off a leaf battery, if I can figure that out. I don't want a fifth wheel. What's up, Medlife? Welcome in, bud. Appreciate you coming in. Hit the link. Join us up. But I really like the idea of that mobile perspective, but I have no intention of living in it. I'd be staying at hotels for the most part, Yeah, because I'm a soft baby, and I can't be out in the public for too much, or else my delicate little sensibilities might get bruised. Not really. It has to do with like a bit of privacy wherever I might be, just a little bit, just enough that I can step out and decompress, So I'll have the studio trailer capable of dealing with whatever it needs to deal with, a mobile bathroom in the RV if needed, and then probably be doing it somewhere within arm's reach of a hotel so that there'll be an actual, power, lights. You can charge everything you brought and all that stuff, But at the same time, I could just stop at a campground somewhere if I need to. That's my plan.
I think it's a good idea. Oh yeah.
You need another hit. I don't think I'm modded.
Midlife Bro Logic. Okay, it just clicked. I was like, I knew that. I was watching yesterday, and I just subbed to his channel because you just hit 1,000, I think, right?
I hit 20K on mine. I have no idea how many he got. How many views you get on that thing last night, bud? I'm dying.
I think he hit 1,000 subs on it.
I hope he hit 1,000 subs. If I could have stuck around longer, I would have, but I'd already been streaming for like 6.5, 7 hours at that point in time on different channels and whatnot. So I was exhausted. I left there and went over to Flow States, made an ass of myself, and was like, nah, I don't need to be here. I'm just going to go. I was just so tired. I really hope he got hit his 1,000.
He's over 1,000.
Fuck yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Juicy J is next. We're going to line him up next. Watch what I say. Awesome. 70, 80,000 views, bro. There you go.
Wow.
There you go. Remember what I told you, man. It won't always work, but you got to jiggle the handle every time. You got to do a little something different each time. You can't just do the same thing all the time, and it'll grow. Every time you do something different, you'll pick up somebody who goes, "Oh, that's cool."
Yep.
You might lose one or two. You'll pick up one or two. Sometimes you'll stay stagnant for a few days, but when that happens, do something different. And he's doing real good at that. Even with his crappy mobile gear, he's still doing real good with it. Thank you, Tiffany.
Oh, he's just doing mobile gear?
No, he has a studio, but sometimes he's not in his studio. And last night he was not in his studio. So it going big like it did wasn't really expected at all. But we tried to manage it as well as we could. And we did really, really, really good up until that dude came up and started talking about tap dancing and just screaming about race. And once that happens, you lose everybody. Baby boy, how you doing? You feel better today?
Bro, it was crazy, man. I don't know what happened. Everything just, the stars were aligned for me yesterday. It's insane. It's insane. I got 300 subs for one video. Bro, I'm out here like just scrounging the bottom of the barrel, begging everyone I know. I'm 48 years old. I'm like, sub to my podcast. It's great. You know, and half these people I'm asking, they don't even have like a YouTube account. You know what I mean? They just like go on it from time to time. And they're like, how do I do that? And I'm just begging and begging. I'm like, oh God, please. And then all of a sudden this crazy shit happened. Now it's like, it's amazing. I wish I could have got like monetized for that video, but I mean, I guess better late than never or something.
Are you being demonetized by copyright claim or demonetized by YouTube? Because if you get a claim, YouTube takes the monetization from that.
Here we go. Well, yeah, okay, so yeah, I've had some copyrights, but since I wasn't monetized, I didn't give a shit really.
Right.
But, so it's my I did my $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase money. That always did. So I got to get rid of that. But my band, they have that song called Super Fat. So I'm going to take the way to say Super Fat and I'm going to put Super Chat on it. Maybe I'll get the guy to re-sing it. I don't know. It's under review. Here we go. Limited. This video may earn limited or no ad revenue due to content identified as not suitable for most advertisers. To resolve restrictions, ad suitability confirmed by review. This video has been confirmed by manual review as not suitable for most advertisers. You know where
that came from?
And you just got the yellow dollar sign?
Yeah, there's jackasses that came up and were like...
started dropping hard R's and just screaming at each other. Everything horrible under the sun.
Yeah.
And that was exactly where it broke for me. My views went from 150 people in chat to 15 in about 6 minutes of that.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna run a tighter ship now. Now that I can make money, I have no idea how much money I'll make off like you know, I've been reading about it for months, even years. You know, they change from time to time, and now I guess my next video, it's just gonna have to be nice and clean, and then you see.
There's a way to do it.
80% of my live streams are yellow dollar signs. So
what do you talk about?
Anything and everything.
But he also does a lot of music too, so you know, a lot of that will be a byproduct of copyrights.
I mean, thankfully, I've never had that happen where people come up and start saying racial slurs and stuff. So, I mean, in chat, it's happened, but then my mods just block them. But never had that happen.
In chat, and I won't accept hard R's on the panel. No, I won't even let fuzzy.
It's not
language.
accepted in chat either.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah, my mods will block it.
Yeah, we did too.
That's assuming YouTube lets it through.
It's weird because it's like,
yes, it was King Shania.
It's two black guys, and you're like, I guess YouTube doesn't give a pass to black people to say the magic word, if you know what I mean, right? I guess like society has, but YouTube isn't up to that. So.
Well, no, YouTube doesn't know who these people are because they never came up, so they had no idea. And these guys are just like, man, I'm black, I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Bye. And that's what it'd be the boot. The second it happens, you got to give them the boot, and you can't dick around about it, bro. It's your channel, your money, your image, your brand. Do you want King Bernard to be the face of your brand?
He's out, man. People are going to get mad now.
I'm a free speech channel, but YouTube is not a free speech platform.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah. You don't get to choose this, Marty. Once you get that part, once you get over that part, you don't get to choose what gets monetized. Once you realize you're actually working for the monetization concept, it goes a little bit easier through the brain to be able to choose the right stuff. And we can work on getting you some clips and stuff to play that's not going to get you hit.
I got some clip ideas. That my friend, a DJ, he made that super chat song, so I can use that.
Mm-hmm. That's beautiful, dude. I love that shit. That's awesome.
Super chat song is cool. But Steve, like, I know I'm not going to get rich off of AdSense, but like, how much money can I ask? Like, how much money do you make off of some of your videos there, just from views? Nothing. Pennies?
I mean, not to live on. I was just talking to someone a little over a month ago about it, and basically it depends on how many subscribers you have. So if, like, my one video is at like 16,000 views, I think.
Okay.
And on AdSense, I think it's like $30. And but the same person that he has like 190,000 subs. He says he makes about around $200 to $250 for every 5,000 views. And I'm like, I'm at 16,000 views. I haven't even made $30, but he's getting $250 for every 5,000 views. So
is that just the AdSense, the advertising, or is that YouTube as well?
Well, apparently,
YouTube.
Because I mean, there's it's a difference. You get money for the ads, but then you get money for your views as well.
Oh, is it? I thought it was the same thing. That's why I'm so confused.
No.
You get AdSense uses view time to judge how much they're going to pay you based off of how many people viewed a particular video. And if they watched the video for a certain amount of time, then it counts as an AdSense view and you get paid for that. Views in general go a little bit different. Like he was saying, it's more related to subscriber count than it is to actual views on the video. The more possible views you could have on it, the more you will be paid for the views themselves. Even if you have a crappy video, you get 10,000 views on it, you get more money for having more subscribers. It's a maybe thing. They're paying you for the possibility of an ad being seen. It's a weird metric.
Like here on mine it says video performance, estimated revenue for every 1,000 views, $2.82. But then for how much advertisers pay, it says based on every 1,000 views, $7.70.
Yeah, and I read somewhere that it depends on what you're talking about. Some, like, if you talk about money, that's you get more money or something. Certain topics they pay higher ad.
Well, I'm sure it's different ads pay different. I would think different ads pay different money.
That actually comes down to different advertisers, not so much different topics, because some advertisers won't let you put an ad on a video that talks about flat Earth,
Yeah.
If I was a Globe salesman, I would ask for ad footage on flat Earth videos. I would request it. But I'm an asshole.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. But all right. Well,
I agree with what Alpero said too, and it does. I think it's just the more subscribers, the more. And then I also heard if you get, I can't think of the word. Sponsors
Sponsor.
is where the money is, but you have to have a lot of subscribers too to get a sponsor, right? Because
Right. Well, no, not necessarily. There is nothing preventing you from approaching small businesses and doing ad spots. You can do that, but you have to list in the video that a sponsor is being ad in here, and you can work out whatever deal you want with them, but you have to keep it within your state's, legal terms and stuff. Like, you can't go do an ad for a massage parlor and get a happy ending for your freaking payoff.
I mean, you could. Why
No, not really.
Not with that kind of attitude. With that kind of attitude, you're never going to get anything. If that's what you really want. I mean, let's be honest. The only thing holding me back is me. Yeah, no. So I'm pretty excited. I've been having a busy week. I'm anxious, nervous, scared to go. After I had this like insane night on YouTube, of course I would love to repeat that every time, but I feel it's unrealistic to expect that, and I want to temper my expectation.
Very unrealistic. Yeah.
Exception. Like halfway through the stream last night, I texted Ajot and was like, I'm 5 minutes from 10K. She's like, you hit 10K a long time or something like that. I was like, no, on this stream, this stream, 10,000 views right now.
I don't know if the verticals even will pay as much. I mean, I can't. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I've done a handful of vertical streams now, and I spent 2 years doing these, and I don't know if it had to do with the way YouTube was doing stuff or the fact that my verification hadn't gone through or whatever. They just stopped counting at 3,999 hours. They would remove a handful of hours, and the next time I did a live stream, it would go right back to 399. Like boop, pip, boop, pip. Because I do things on a schedule, they had a schedule to dock me on. Basically.
Yeah. Well,
10 is upside down. I've seen you before.
I do know the verticals help to get more traffic. So you might get more trolls.
That's the whole nine, yes.
Yeah, you might get more trolls, but you also might get more people that are like, oh, how come I never heard of this channel? Or, I definitely want to check this out.
People scroll into it from shorts. So they'll be scrolling through shorts and come across something, and maybe they care. And you do the type of, or midlife bro logic, you do the type of current event topics that I think would do very well in that format.
Yeah, but in that format, I've noticed you get a lot more kids like coming through.
Sure.
But we have to, we get stuck in this, I don't know, echo chamber, I guess. Well, I never seen Steve before, so it's nice to meet you, bro. But we get stuck in this. Just we all kind of know each other. We all kind of have channels, and I know you guys were doing those vertical streams. It's good to reach out to these vertical streams to bring people into the fold. Because we can all grow together, in my opinion. There, I mean, sure, we have to compete when we go live against each other, but it's all right. We're not always on the same time.
No, we're not. No, you're wrong. We're not competing. There are not a limited number of views on YouTube. If we're doing two totally different subject matters, that's not competition, really.
Well, I'm not saying it like it's a bad thing. I'm not upset about it, but it is a time slot competition. I mean, it's okay.
Blue purple.
That's not what I heard.
That's a good topic, because remember you asked me earlier if there was anything I could change, which I wouldn't. But what happened with me is when I first started going live and doing all that, I was making friends with everyone that had a channel and everyone that was also going live. So it turned into a competition. Like, well, wait, I go live on this, and then you're competing. So, yeah, now I'm at the point where it's not a competition. It's like, you want to go live? When I'm live, go live. I don't care. I'm not competing with you, because I'm not going to fight.
I tell you what, we all four go live at the same time, and when I get done, I will join one of y'all's panels, but I don't know which one it'll be. I might even roll my die for it here to find out, because let's say, for instance, next week, or actually, you've got a show coming up right after this, aren't you?
Yep, in 2 hours, yeah.
Okay, drop that link in chat.
Hour and a half, actually. Shoot, I don't even remember what time, but yeah,
It
sometime.
was at 11 on mine, but then again, I am
an hour and a half.
Right.
Yeah, I'm Central Time, and it's at 10:05.
Right.
Yeah, that's
So,
what. Okay, so yeah, 5:05 for me. So yeah. But and like what Dakota just said, that's exactly it. People are still going to choose what they want to watch, and that's what it comes down to. So.
And that's why I say there is competition for individual views, but not competition for overall views. Because people who are interested in what I'm covering are not going to be watching AJOT's trash anyway, because they think it's trash.
Why is it trash? Why
Because they don't want to watch what you're doing. Just like the people that are over there watching your stuff is not going to come and watch my stuff.
You
Because
use
it's
Good
different.
Life Pro Logic and say his was trash. I'm just saying.
Because he's actually on a high right now, and I don't want to burst his bubble.
Oh my God. I've had quite a few highs, and you always burst my bubble.
That's because you need your bubble burst.
I do gotta say though, I did like that live you guys, AJOT and Sasquatch had the other day with that cop from Arizona.
Yeah, that was great. We're gonna do another one.
Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't as I relied too much on my Sasquatch, and because the technical difficulties, it couldn't be done the way we wanted to do it. So I wasn't prepared, but this time I'm definitely going to be prepared. I'm going to do a couple different things. Like I'm going to ahead of time ask, the 1A community or anybody for that matter, questions to ask him. And then I'm going to ask him, does he have any questions to ask us? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
as auditors.
Right.
What I was wanting to do with him was bring him in, and I was going to go clip a handful of like very specific police scenes. Like you walk into the scene and this is what you see, and it plays out to the point where the cop in the scene makes a decision, and then stop and ask him what his decision would be. Right. I want to take out all the overlay, all of the voiceover and stuff, and just leave the raw body cam footage of what the cop perceived and see what his training would tell him to do.
Real life simulation.
Right.
I think.
Like, would you shoot that lady in the face because she was holding a pot?
Jesus, dude, that was, oh my God, that has put more of a bad taste in my mouth about bullshit than anything I've seen in the past 6 months. And there's been a bunch of trash in the past 6 months, but that one, that was evil. That man should be brought up on charges and locked up for murder.
I mean, it's
every week.
No different.
Every week I see something, I'm like, it can't get any worse. And then a week later, it's worse. I'm like, how does it just keep getting worse?
Right. Right. That was midlife's front door. The cops coming to get him. Oh, baby. Yeah, no, YouTube's a wild ride, dude. Like, I don't care what you're doing. You're liable to stumble across some bit of virality here and there. And some people spend the rest of their time trying to chase down that little bit of success again. And I did it myself. My very first Odin Seas got 45,000 views in like 45 minutes or something. It was crazy. I went to sleep. I got drunk. I filmed it, uploaded it, and then got drunk and passed out. And when I woke up the next morning, my phone was plugged up and dead. Like it was off, but had recharged. So when I turned my phone on, I start getting notifications. It's like bling, 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 and then it died. And I was like, what have I done? What have I done? I couldn't even check the video because I had to wait for the notifications to finish until I figured out how to turn off the notifications. And finally, I was able to use my phone again. But my wife sat there watching me, and I'd like go over and try to deal with the notifications. I'd set it down and walk away and be like, what have I done? What have I done? She's like, what's going on? That video. She's like, what about the video? That it keeps going. Isn't that what you wanted to do? Well, yeah. Let me hear that beautiful voice.
Say what?
Yeah, that's close enough.
What's up, penis wrinkle?
Is that my penis wrinkle?
No, I'm talking about Caucasian.
Okay.
See, this is my baby daddy, and this is my baby mama. Don't ask too many questions, and you won't get too confused.
Perfect. Hey, but listen, I just wanted to pull up.
Yeah, man.
Say hi to Steve. Nice to meet you, bro. Thanks for all your help, Sasquatch. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
Everything you do, appreciate. Ajot, toe for life. Respect, and I'll see you around the YouTube streets, y'all. Take it easy. Peace.
Yes, sir, bud. You have a lovely evening.
Right on, midlife.
Let me hear your voice.
The fuck is all this happy horse
Oh
shit?
my God! Look at this happy ass dude.
Right? We let trolls in on panel 2 sometimes. How about that?
Where is Barnabas? He
left
ran
because
from me.
he told you coming. Yes,
He
sir.
sensed the disturbances of force.
Yeah, he did, I guess. There's no way he could have known. He left just as you. In fact, you might be the same person. I couldn't tell you.
Well, hold on. Let me say something simpy.
Right? Let's vote Team Purple. That dude blows my mind. I mean, look, as a producer, I'll let him do whatever he wants with his channel. I'll help him figure out whatever it is he's trying to do with his channel. I really don't care what he does with it. I just find it humorous that this man will straight up simp for anybody left of center. All of those fugly women with freaking tents for dresses and stuff. He's over the top. This is a fine, lovely woman. She's upstanding and she's classy. But then the finest bitch in Congress says something brilliant, and he's like, "Oh, she's a whore." He's talking about how cute she is until he finds out she's a Republican, and then he's like, "But she's a whore. She was in a porn magazine." I was like, "What, dude? That was the most articulate statement I've heard in a while."
That's why men can't date liberals.
I don't get it. I wonder if he's got witnesses around, and that's what tempers him. I don't know. Dude.
It's his domestic partnership, I think.
Hey, Karen, welcome in. That's MK Ultra Glitch. Although you could spell that different if you chose. Am I weak?
Bitches.
Oh, so weak. So sad. What are we going to do, Steve? We're weak. Someone in chat just said we're weak. Should we just give up and go home, turn this all over, and sell our computers and just go fishing instead? Actually,
yes.
Now that I think about that.
Man, I can't do nothing right.
I would say,
fuck it, dude. Let's go bowling.
Steve, no, but Caucasian, you probably should for sure.
Yeah, I got a face for radio, right?
Yeah, I heard bowling. I love bowling. I'll go bowling.
You want to hear something stupid?
Me too.
I've been bowling twice in the past 20 years. Once was before I broke my back, and then again, like 15 years later after I broke my back, and I bowled exactly the same score. It was really funny because the chick that I went bowling with the first time was married to the dude I went bowling with the second time, and I didn't realize she'd be there.
Seriously, dude.
But
Anything under 100 really isn't a score, dude. I don't even know why you keep score.
I didn't. She did. But she remembered my bowling score from the previous time, and when she said it, I was like, "Oh yeah." She's like, it is exactly the same. You dropped exactly the same pins. And I was like, "What?" She's like, exactly the same. Because she had put it up on her Facebook, like at some point in time. She had a picture. We were running around with Polaroids back then and stuff, and she was one of those scrapbooky chicks, you know. So I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, bringing back the good old days. Yeah, remember that when there was no computers?
Yes, sir.
You had to memorize phone numbers to be able to call your friends, or
Nah, man, they just paged me, dude, with their number.
Right?
Yeah. You get hold on, I'm getting paid. I got a page.
Oh, let me stop at this payphone.
Well, we know the drug dealers on the panel.
Hey, what about wanted to
Why
be
you
a
doxing
doctor?
me, Dennison?
Hey, shout out to Steve, by the way, man. Filter's one of my favorite bands. Right on, brother.
Oh, what? I've never had that before. Filter, really?
Yeah. What's that dude's name?
Hold on now. Denizen is an interesting sort of character. He may or may not be serious about any particular thing that happens to troop out of his mouth. So listen to what he says, consider whether or not it's a legitimate thought, and then move on with your life. I would just don't even.
Well,
Richard Patrick.
I've been on panel with Denizen before on Mel's channel.
Here, I'm going to show you something. Let me tell you something.
You're going to keep on, and I'm going to break out my Alex Jones, and we'll run everybody out of here.
Hey, man, look, Denizen turned over a new leaf. He don't do drama no more. If the drama starts getting bad on his channel, he kills the live stream. I mean, give the man some credit.
Hey, infinite credit. He is halfway to where I've gotten to from deep troll to creator, and I feel like he's moving in the right direction. So I'm not going to throw.
I never did drama or trolled. There you go. There's Richard.
I can see that.
You can't call him a content creator, dude. He's just leeching off of people.
He is content. What are you talking about?
Exactly. He the content.
Is content.
I am the table. Drizzle, drizzle, ladies.
Oh Lord.
So I had a conversation with a chick one time at a buddy of mine's wedding, and I was a little bit drunk, and I come over and I wasn't all right. So yes, I was dropping pickup lines, but I was also dropping pickup lines on the groom, on everyone else that walked by me. So it wasn't just her. Like, don't misunderstand. I wasn't like after this chick, but I dropped a pickup line on her, and she's like, well, what exactly are you bringing to the table? And I was like, the table, paychecks. I get pretty good head. I can pay to have you fed, and you can eat whatever you like. And she's like, how are you bringing the table? I was like, probably on my truck that I own. Like, I don't get where you're going with this. And I don't know, dude. Women are weird sometimes.
Just on days that end in Y.
Yep. And those dates that have numbers.
Yeah, just those ones.
Just those ones. So where do we go from here? You probably want to go do you a little bit of something before you get on the next stream you got to do.
Yeah, I got about 15, 20 more minutes. All right. I got to get ready. Plus, I don't think I know Toe for life, but I don't think I've ever been on a panel with Toe before. So hang out for a few.
Yeah, everybody's been on a panel with Toe. He's kind of like VD. Everybody.
Yeah, if you just don't sit too close to him, you'll be fine. But
you're sitting right next to me, dude.
Yeah, but I'm used to it.
I probably have been, and I've done so many lives, I just don't remember.
My penis doesn't even move anymore when you. It's like, oh, there goes Toe again.
Look, man, I haven't been doing a lot of panels, man. Actually, Caucasian is the only panel I've actually got up on recently. So,
did you bitches see your boy Denizen up there streaming with Direct D? Who saw that?
Yeah,
I did see that.
Yeah, that's right.
I've been seeing you do that. Yeah.
I fangirled for like 3 days after that.
Direct D's mad at me right now, dude. So.
Direct D never really cottoned to me too much. He told me once that I was too nice, that I couldn't be real. He said that in chat. He's like, you're too helpful. You can't be real. Yeah, or something like that. And I was like, what'd I do? Maybe I'm trying to make atonement for the trollery that I pulled in my early days on YouTube. Like, maybe I'm trying to make good on bad, right? Maybe I believe in karma. Or maybe I just think it's funny to make people wonder. It's all hilarious. What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and found out that I was 16 of your worst trolls?
I would laugh my fucking ass off.
Wouldn't you? That's the reaction I would have if I woke up and found out Denizen was 16 of my friends. I'd be like, hey, okay, they're all in
you the whole time.
The whole time.
Right.
You're like, ha. There had to be you and for you kids is that stupid dog.
I'm not important enough to have any trolls.
I don't
Well,
know.
we have to change that.
Why you troll me too?
No, I don't troll you, dude.
You
Why
must
would
not be very good at it. I haven't even noticed.
I don't troll. I don't troll nobody, man. I don't. Dude, this is.
I don't know, man. It's kind of hard to say that when you're walking around being a sparkle simp.
Whatever.
Sparkle simp.
Yep, sparkle simp. This man wants glow in the dark freaking vampires to chew on. Like, I don't even understand that. He wants dead.
Hashtag Team Edward, fucker.
See, he even admits it. He's
What
a
did he say?
necrophiliac.
Oh, you like pale chicks or something?
No, it's from Breaking Dawn. What's that? Twilight.
Twilight, dude. Twilight.
Oh, he's got a thing for Kristen Harris.
He does. He is a.
I mean, she's kind of hot for a skinny chick. She really is.
No, not her. The vampires.
Oh, the dudes.
Yes. Personally, I'm a Jacob kind of guy myself. I want some real meat involved in it, not none of that weird, sparkly, fictional shit. You know what I'm saying?
I liked the new Batman.
See?
Yes, actually,
it was a real Batman movie. I thought.
The Batman. I did not expect to enjoy that film, and when I realized who was Batman, I really had a problem with it.
Yeah,
but the
same.
actual plot and story of the movie makes it a good movie. Not the actors, not the interactions. It's not so much the dialogue as it is the wholeness of it, if that makes sense.
Well, it's a Batman experience, which the other movies were not. They haven't been since Michael Keaton.
Since Michael Keaton, yeah. See, I never liked George Clooney as Batman. I always thought that was a big miss.
I think Michael Keaton is the last Batman I've seen.
You're a lucky man.
I didn't mind Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
Affleck.
All right, I kind of dug the Affleck Batman. I didn't mind it so much.
Wasn't that a Superman movie?
I think so.
Yeah. So to me, it was a Superman movie, not a Batman movie.
Right, I get you.
And when they do that Batman versus Superman shit, it pisses me off.
Yeah, that's not really a competition unless Batman just shoots him in the head with the freaking bullet. You know what I mean? Because that's what he'd do. Because this is something a lot of people who are just like dabbling in comic books don't realize. Batman has a plan B for every single superhero on his roster.
Right. And he would have some like crypto bullets or something like that.
He'd have a kryptonite lance or something that he could stash in his wrist brace right here, so he could walk up, shake his hand, and just shoot him with it, and would do it too if that was what it took.
He's so good at reading people's motives too, that like Superman tried to get the drop on him, he'd end up grabbing some crypto. You know, like Batman would just like have it ready,
just be there,
expecting Superman to come.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, okay, Clark Kent and Superman. When Superman is running around in the world, he's Superman. He puts on a suit to become Clark Kent. That is his alter ego, right? Batman is actually Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne is a fucking badass. Superman is an alien. Batman is just some dude who's had enough. And he is like Tony Stark, wealthy, but far more dedicated, determined. He is far more terrifying. He mixes Slam Slade with like the creatures from Dark City. Like, it's terrifying.
He's a detective. That's another thing I liked about the Batman movie.
Blue Unicorn says Batman defeated Superman.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah. In almost every case where Batman comes against Superman, Batman wins. Usually it partly has to do with the fact that Batman will lie, cheat, steal, and murder to accomplish what he's trying to do. Superman won't do that stuff. So Batman wins. Batman's morality is more fluid than Superman's because he's looking for the least evil, not the most good. Whereas Superman has this code of honor that he will not break, and that's just the end of that.
Shout out to Witchy Bitchy and Motor City.
Oh, yeah, I ain't even looking at chat. I'm sorry. I want to show you something right quick because I love it.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
I remember that night.
I know, right? Somebody called Paul Daddy. That was his reaction. Oh my!
Hey, Motor City Maniac, what's up, brother? Good to see you.
What's up, Motor City? Good to see you, bud. How about some of this? Give this man some money.
Give me the money. Give me the money. Okay.
Okay.
I'll give you some money.
I'll give you some money and a tip. Let's see what else we got over here. Who? Oh no, I did the wrong thing. Who did you bring in? Motor City Maniac. I haven't seen you in a minute. You blew through a little while ago. Ross Shoe. What's up, my brother?
Salute.
Witchy Bishy. Good to see you.
Man, Motor City Maniac does a live stream, dude, almost every day, dude, a live panel. You don't
Really?
Yeah. Or used to. I don't know if he still does.
No, he still does. I'm
Yeah, I
still
might need to
subscribed to him. I see him. I go lurking.
Well,
I might
that's the
need
thing with YouTube. You got to double check sometimes to make sure you're still subscribed. Because I don't unsubscribe from anybody, but I've been unsubscribed because
You know what my
YouTube just
favorite
thinks
part of
that
YouTube
they
is?
decide.
If you go into your subscriptions and unsubscribe from some new all the news things they've got you auto subscribe to, right? You go unsubscribe for it. The very next time you reach a point in subscribers that gives you more subscriptions, you will get identical but different news organizations. You'll get Channel 21 instead of Channel 7, but they're both Fox News. You'll get Channel 19 instead of Channel 21, but they're both CNN. It's hilarious to me.
I used this script to unsub to everyone just about a week ago.
Privileges.
I had like 1,500 subs.
Subscriptions or subscribers?
Subscriptions.
Right. All right, Steve. I'm going to do a thing. Oh no! All right. Where's my chaser? Here it is. Toast just for you, my brother. Remember, next time you get confused about something that you're doing, or you just can't make a decision about something, hit me up. If nothing else, you can use me as a. Don't throw actual spitballs at me, please. But
Gross.
We can spitball some problems together. But here's the toast. And it's my favorite. Here's to you and here's to me. And may we never disagree. But if we do, to hell with you. Here's to me.
Right on. I'll drink to that.
Anyway, if we do
Is that
this.
cherry Dr. Pepper?
Oh, no, sir. That is a regular full flavor Dr. Pepper. Thank you. And Bacardi Gold. Ghost restaurants.
What's that, rum?
Oh, wow. Wait. No, I saw a video about this the other day. I hadn't even thought about it since then. Apparently, a lot of small businesses went out of business like over the past few years.
For some strange reason that nobody really knows.
Serious reason. But they're still up on Uber Eats and Grubhub and stuff like that. They're still up on the internet as a functional restaurant. And so you go to like a small town and you're like, I want something to eat. And you're like, that place doesn't exist anymore. That place doesn't exist anymore. Oh, look, it's McDonald's. That's all that's left. Christopher Poleman. Is that Christopher Ray, perhaps?
I bet sure. Never seen, but
we can see that beautiful smile for 2 seconds. You can go back behind cam.
The McDonald's near my house, closest to my house, is fucking killing it.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Chilling like a villain, cheating, robbing, rhyming, stealing.
Hey, I don't actually think that it's called ghost Ubers or whatever. I forget the exact terminology, but what I'm talking about is
virtual brands.
Yeah, where it'll be multiple brands under one restaurant.
Yep. Yeah, and even one restaurant will have their cooks make a side menu that
Yeah,
doesn't
so
even
whole
exist
different
in the
menu.
restaurant, and they only sell it on Uber Eats.
Yeah, yeah. So where I work, there's this restaurant that has 3 different business names, right? So I'm on Uber, I'm thinking I'm ordering from a different place. And I'm literally walking outside for like 30 minutes trying to find the name of the place. And I go across the street and I'm like, hey, do you know where this address is? And they're like, yeah, it's right across the street. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I've eaten at this place plenty of times and never, but whatever.
My favorite, we have a place here locally that doesn't do public dining. You cannot go to the place and get barbecue. You have to call them up and tell them you want barbecue like that morning. And then either one of their youngins will bring it somewhere here in town, because they live over here like in the what we refer to locally, very small town. So when we say the hood, it's like 6 houses. I mean, it's not at all. But it's over there in that part of town. And they don't want people coming over there looking for their barbecue. And so what they do is they set up a little it's a trailer. It's just a little trailer. And it's not even like a meal trailer. It's not a cook truck or anything like that. They're just delivering the meals. They're not actually preparing them or anything like that. And so they'll be available at like, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something. You can call up and be like, hey, I needed it too. And that dude will bring you the food around too.
I could probably answer that Uber thing, man, what he was talking about, though. You think about it, man, if you had a business and you were on Uber Eats or DoorDash or all that, you think about it, to get more hits, man, you just name your business a couple different names so that way you got more traction.
There's some of those.
You're right. But there's a specific term for it, and it came up during
Virtual
COVID.
brand.
I think that's it, but that's
what it is.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, and
I'm just being way too lazy to kind of look it up, but I think we all have an understanding of what it is.
Right.
That's one kind, right? So there's restaurants out there that have like 3 different brands, and it's all the same food. But there's also like an Italian restaurant here that's a national chain. It's easily recognized, and they do not have cheeseburgers on their menu, period. They don't make anything hamburger in the whole restaurant. But there's a cheeseburger place that's like a McDonald's place that's exclusively cheeseburgers, French fries, mozzarella sticks, a bunch of stuff this place does not sell. And when you look up the address, it's the Italian restaurant. They're literally just doing it out of the back of the Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
But as long as they do it not under the franchise name, then they probably don't break their contract, their franchise contract.
Right.
Well, not only that, the people who may have eaten at your restaurant before will think that it's another restaurant. So they're like, hey, let me try this new thing because it's a whole separate menu.
That's
so you're bringing in a whole demographic of people that really wouldn't have been there. And you're walking into this place like, fuck, I've been here before.
Dude,
I'm getting chicken tenders from the same place I've been before.
You know what I've seen? I've seen these restaurants do change their prices based upon what time of day it is. So one of the virtual brands is during normal hours, and then one of the other virtual brands is the same restaurant, same food, but everything costs twice as much because they keep it open till like 1 a.m. or something.
Yes, and they're probably the only restaurant that's
I
open.
encountered one of these situations. I just realized after hearing you describe it, I was in Macon one night and we got to the hotel real late and we went looking for delivery places that were up late, that were open late. And in the process, we found something that was like Shogun Pizza. And I was like, what is Shogun Pizza? And doing some research, it's this hibachi grill place that's right around But listen, dude, it was one of the best pizzas I've ever eaten.
Yeah.
It was laid out on the finest dough I've ever put in my mouth. All the ingredients were absolutely amazing.
From a fucking hibachi spot.
Dude, the little steak niblets were fucking
Japanese know how to cook, man. You know what that is crazy about the Japanese? They like American food. Like they love cooking American food. They make better cheeseburgers than we do. They make better waffles than we do.
Have you ever had
fried chicken? Is fire.
Right.
Have you ever eaten Wagyu?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they have their own special type of Wagyu out there, where it's like
it's not the special type of Wagyu. That is Wagyu. That is the Wagyu.
Well, yeah, that is the Wagyu.
Yeah.
Everybody has made their variation off of it.
HB says these restaurants just outsource their kitchen, and because the apps have forced companies to double and triple dip.
That's some of them. That's not all of them, though. I'm trying to tell you where I went. This one business created 3 separate entities to sell 3 different menus.
Right.
But that's true too. You have like a co-op going on in certain kitchens too.
Yeah.
Say the word, Steve. I see you watching your watch. I see you looking at it. And at that time, I see it.
I'm into this conversation because I've never even thought of this before. I'm just thinking like, yeah, that's in a way it's good business because you're getting 3 different, types.
It's good business until
want.
the customer walks in because they didn't actually order Uber deliver, and they walk into the place they already been, and they're like, "What the fuck? I've been here before."
I live in Texas. They don't have to outsource their kitchens. Everybody has their own taco truck.
It's all made out of the same kitchen. So when you order a pizza and you're like, why does this taste like sushi?
One of the best franchise deals I ever saw in my life. There's an island off the coast of South Carolina called Edisto Island. On this island, there is a Christian Brothers franchise. Christian Brothers is your bargain basement, stupid. They're in like all of the different convenience stores. They're that stupid pizza you see back in the back sitting on the little rotisserie plate back there. Yeah. That's slowly going to hell in a bucket. Those guys, right? Except, get this. The franchises are permitted to source their own ingredients, provided the ingredients pass muster for the franchise, right? There is this Four Brothers or Christian Brothers or whatever it's called on this island is part of a full deli. Like, you order a pizza from this place and you get dry aged steak bits. You get freaking like actual pepperoni, not that stupid greasy stuff that they perpetrated pepperoni. You get fresh vegetables grown on the island. Dude, I was utterly in shock. I walked in, I ordered over the phone because it didn't come up as a Christian Brothers. It just had a menu. It was a deli. It had a menu. And I was like, oh, cool, calzone. I want a calzone. Cool. We went to go get the calzone. I get there. The damn thing is huge first. And it's completely full. And then when I take a bite into it, I realize, wait, that's dry aged steak. That's a handmade sausage. That is, oh my God, this is so good. And I immediately ordered another calzone and another of everything everyone at the table had ordered so we could take it home.
This is that same pizza place?
Yeah, it's no. This was Four Brothers on Edisto Island, or Christian Brothers on Edisto Island.
That's right.
I don't know which franchise it is. But I was so impressed by it that I immediately stood up, looked at the waitress, and was like, "Who's in charge? Is there a problem, sir?" "Absolutely not. I need to know who's in charge. I'll go get my manager." And came in with this nice black 45-year-old woman. She looked about 22. She told me she was 45. I didn't believe her. But she comes, "What's the problem?" I said, "This is far too excellent. There's no way you're charging these prices. Magnificent food. I do not understand how this is possible." She's like, "Oh, my daddy ages all the meat. My father does all of that." And I'm like, "You tell that man he is a god among men. I personally thank him."
Hey, you can't get any better than that, man. Where was that at?
Edisto Island, South Carolina. There's the only pizza joint on the island. It's magnificent. What's up, Greg?
You only get that kind of service from down there.
It's amazing. Have you ever been to South Carolina?
Yeah, absolutely. I got family in North, South, Georgia.
Hold on. Are you familiar with the Gullah?
Yeah. Yep. Gullah Geechee.
You are? So
Yes,
mi una
Huh?
no zona. No? Okay,
Wait,
you're
say
not. You
that
don't
again?
speak Gullah.
No, I don't
Uh,
speak Gullah. I don't have any Gullah family, I don't think. But I got people from
oh my
Savannah
God. Me and my
down.
wife, we honeymooned on that island. And while we were on our honeymoon, tropical storm Andrea was blowing back and forth up the Gulf Stream right there the whole freaking week, man. I'm talking 25-foot waves in the Atlantic, full freaking curls, bro. I dislocated my shoulder and fractured my back. It was amazing.
Jesus, on your fucking honeymoon? My God, dude.
That it was at the end of my honeymoon, so I was already pretty well worn out. But my wife finds, okay, so we wake up one. Oh wait, no, in order. My wife finds a no bullshit, a megalodon tooth on the beach.
Holy shit.
Wandering around. We still got it.
Holy
I come
shit.
out one afternoon and out in like the tide's all the way out, and out at the end there's like this deck sitting out there, like somebody had let a freaking dock loose or something by accident, right? But then the next morning I wake up and from a dead sleep I hear bagpipes. And I opened my eyes and my wife goes, "What in the hell is that?" And I said, "Outlaw tunes on outlawed pipes." And sat up, walked down the beach to go find out. And this dude in full Highland regalia was playing in the sunrise on bagpipes, like full on.
Like the Scottish type bagpipes?
Yes.
Kilt and everything.
Yes. The whole, he was in full gear. Okay.
Black guy? Black guy?
This is the wildest part. He was on the ass end of a broken ship that was laying on its side. And when it laid over, one of the little gangplank things had landed outside and he was able to walk up on top of it. Right. And he was just standing
at the
ass end of this ship. Yeah, the tide had dropped it all. And for
Okay.
4 days, that thing was there. And every morning, without ever talking to this man or saying a word, I would walk down there right before he started. After I realized he started before dawn, I would go down there and stand there and just sit there and watch until he got done. And he wouldn't even say, he wouldn't even look at me. He just turned and walked away. He just walked down off of it, and I'd turn around and walk away. But it was wild.
He was doing a ritual. He didn't give a fuck about you being there.
No, that had not. Yeah, me being present had nothing to do with it, but it does have something to do long term because I'm Scottish. My family is Scottish, Irish, English, German, French, and you name it. Like I have a huge family. Backstage, I'll tell you what my last name is, and you'll understand. But it's a huge family. I have family on every continent and the space station.
Ooh, can I dock you? Come on, man.
Oh, come on, man. I'm just saying I'm not going to start a feud unless you bring a pig.
Nah, that's pretty cool, man. But was it a white dude? Like, or was it a black dude?
Yeah.
It was a white dude on Gullah Geechee Island.
No, not Gullah Geechee Island, on Edisto.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Geechee is not exactly a race.
No, I'm not saying it's a race, but I mean it's a people.
But I never said that word. I want to be clear that you said that word because you know.
I want to be clear to everybody listening.
He's a little further south.
Okay. You asked me about the Geechee, and then you went into that story. I ran it together. The
Gullah I asked you about, they're different.
Gullah Geechee. That's what they call it.
Yeah, Gullah is a language. Geechee is also
Gullah,
a language.
yeah, all right, cool. Gullah is a language.
We're talking a similar batch of genetics, but two separate cultures.
Yeah. I got you. The language is spread out over. Yeah,
You gotta
It's a
understand.
weird pidgin English. It's weird.
Sasquatch's about to start talking about one thing, dude, and then something will pop in his brain, dude, and it'll just start rambling off somewhere. That's just
I know,
what he
man.
does.
We've had plenty of conversations. I know. I'm just trying to. He knows where I'm going with the shit.
Yeah, no, I'm good. We're good.
There's an island off of West Virginia, not West Virginia, off of Virginia. What is that beach? Virginia Beach, where they speak a certain language out there too. But apparently, they're some of the oldest settlers. I forget the island that is called, but it's considered Virginia Beach or something like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Vaguely ish. I know a lot about this.
Maybe I can find it. Hold on. I'll shut up. You guys go ahead.
Here's a wild thing. I'm pretty good with languages, but I can't just whip them out. I can't just start speaking French or start speaking Spanish. But if someone starts speaking Spanish and I'm present, it takes a little while. Eventually, suddenly, like I say suddenly, it's not really sudden. I'll remember, if that makes sense, right? So on our honeymoon, we spent 2 weeks on Edisto Island, and in the house we were staying at was a Gullah, English to Gullah book. And I walked around with that book and went all over that freaking island to all the little tourist traps and everywhere you could think. If there was somebody standing on the side of the road, I went up and talked to them. Hey man, do you speak Gullah? And they would either they could or they couldn't. And I would listen and we'd try to talk, and I learned to do it. And it did the same thing Spanish did to me. Since I don't speak it on a regular basis, I can't just bust out some Spanish. It doesn't work that way. But if I happen to be in a place and somebody just starts rattling off Spanish, I may very well understand it and not realize it's being spoken in Spanish. I hear it in English, and it's really, really weird.
When I go to Mexico or Costa Rica and I hear people talking Spanish, I can always pick it up. But when I go back home and I hear English, I can't. You know what I mean? Like when you're there, I don't know what it is. I took Spanish classes when I was in high school, so I know it.
Spanish is kind of easy, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It is. I still get carne asada and El Pastor mixed up every time I order something at the taco shop, but
difficult Dutchy. Yeah.
All right, Sasquatch.
Yeah, I was going to say, Steve, you're here late. I appreciate it. You're welcome back. Listen, you're welcome back. Any after dark, you can restream Sasquatch Shills if you want to. Most people don't, because after they deal with me a little bit, they have their own ideas. But any previous guest is permitted to restream any Sasquatch Shills, unless you just don't like the person involved.
What are you doing on your stream, Steve?
On Thursdays, it's me and my buddy Dave. Dave's not here, man, and we just talk about whatever, kind of what we're doing right now, just whatever comes up, you know. Just
gotcha.
But I was gonna say, for anyone in my chat, I have Sasquatch's channel link pinned at the top. So if you want to click on that and jump over to his stream.
Let me do that thing. I'll do that thing. Hold on, I'm really good at this part. Let me do this thing. Let me do the thing. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to participate in the Sasquatch Shills or perhaps one of the other panels that I perpetrate onto the internet, feel free to hit me up at caucasiansasquatch@gmail.com. One word. There you go.
Well, that was awkward.
Thank you. My mama thank you too, but she did.
Hey, Sash, you want me to stay in the back or what?
Am I hiding you in the back? You're up here, aren't you? What are you talking about? No, he's got to go.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to get going. So I'll still be listening.
All right, Steve.
I still got another hour, but I got to get ready and stuff. So
yeah, good do you think? Much love. I
appreciate bro. Be safe, man.
Thanks for having me on, brother.
Aloha, brother.
Eventually, I wonder if he's going to remember to like end his stream.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
You go up and click on the little check mark, and then click remove, and it'll